Super Blak.
Welcome to Who. Ow, lyrics.
What is that?
Yeah.
I don't know why I must have done something.
Oh, yeah.
One is focused on me. Camera 2 is focused on this age. And camera 3 is focused on jRag. And that's how we're gonna run it. How you doing, folks? Fuck y'all too.
I told you people exercise in here.
They do.
They do. This is the mall, the walking mall. The mall.
Why? Is it like a circle?
It is.
I guess.
All right, we are
Live.
going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, and welcome to another episode of Who Got Lyrics. What episode is this, Rag?
We are on episode 18.
Episode 18. What's the name of this one?
We're going to go Roller Coaster Love.
This is the Roller Coaster Love episode of Who Got Lyrics. Y'all already know these type of episodes when we have a feminine energy on the episode. We're going to be talking about relationships and dynamics, and of course, we're going to have some hip hop talk. Rag, I warned you to kick this off and get this started, and I just want to put a disclaimer out there. I am in no way, shape, or form a feminine hater. Although the views that I might express may have you lean in that direction. But at no way, it is absolutely, women are absolutely necessary, needed, wanted, all of that. You understand what I'm saying?
It's all love.
It's all love.
Just on a roller coaster.
But it's on a roller coaster. Let's kick it off, Rag. Where
All
you
right.
going with it?
Let's start. Did you see Katy Perry is have sexual assault allegations against her by Ruby Rose?
Wait.
Hold on.
Before we do, we should ask where's your dog?
No, we shouldn't. We should not ask. Here's the thing, and I'm
Just to clear the room. Like,
To
not
clear the
like,
room.
just let everybody, like, why is she that? I mean,
Present.
when you have two forces, right, trying to combine,
Where the coaster goes off the track.
when the coaster goes off the track, and the track is this, right? Accepting responsibility without authority will never keep your coaster on track as a man. So any decision, no matter what the decision is that your woman makes, you are responsible for it. As the man in the male in the relationship, no matter what she decides, right? So if it doesn't align with your decision making, that is your responsibility. So if you don't have authority, right? If you have responsibility with no authority, where it has to be ran through you before it occurs, then the roller coaster is bound to come off the track. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What part is hard for you to comprehend?
so what do you mean? Your responsibility. What do you mean with the responsibility?
So,
An example.
so for example, if you break up with your boyfriend, right? Everything's fine. There's no issue. Is there an issue if you break up?
There's always
Okay. What's the issue if you break up with him?
What do you mean? If the reason I did?
No, not the reasoning.
Or
If you break up with him, what would be the repercussion for you on you? If you say, you know what, this doesn't work for me, I'm out. What would be the
Well,
repercussion?
there's still a loss.
Okay, but what would be the repercussion?
Just feelings, right?
No.
Well,
No, I need her to answer in her own
So
Yeah.
words.
it's still it's a loss. So it depends why too. There's
Okay, what would the
So-
repercussion that would fall on you be if you broke up with your male significant other?
well, then you have to go. You deal with the loss. They go through like the mourning stage.
Okay,
And then you just basically start all over again.
okay.
But you lose that someone who you did have a connection with, and there was good times as well as bad.
Okay. All right. So, what would be the repercussions if the man broke up with you? As far as how will people view you for breaking up with him?
Oh,
They will view you as negative.
Right.
They wouldn't view you as taking a stand for your life. They wouldn't view
No.
you as making a decision for your own good and benefit.
No.
No, people would not view you like that.
Nope.
So, have you broken up with somebody and you've gotten that type of view of you?
going through a divorce.
And who initiated the divorce?
He did, but
He initiated the
Right.
divorce.
but I still get the.
What was his
preference.
reasoning?
He fell on someone else.
So, okay, that's not a man, first of all, right? Because men, and I guess this is in my opinion, right? Men are not seekers of comfort or pleasure. We are givers of comfort and pleasure, right? Once we start seeking comfort and pleasure, the decisions become harder because there are way more women, right, that can provide those things. So now you have to have the discernment of where you're receiving this comfort and pleasure. But if you made a choice that you could not live with, then this means there is fault in your discernment. Does that make sense?
When it's a choice, because you can always decide not
No,
to
it's-
pursue.
So this is the thing. We all believe that we're making choices, but the choice was already made before you made it. Your issue is to decide why you made that choice to begin with. Right? So when you
put
marry a
yourself in that
woman, when you
position.
married a woman, right, that decision was already made prior to you saying, this is what I want to do. The agreement that's placed on your life, right? So how do I explain it? Nothing happens by coincidence or accident. There is no such thing as an accident, even when it's fatal. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Even in the word coincidence, there's coincide, right? Meaning that it was going to happen regardless.
So you say it's written out by a higher power, essentially.
Listen, and that plan cannot be defaulted on. That higher plan cannot be defaulted on. So when we commit the ritual of creating life, right, and we bring a life from a peaceful state, that we bring that energy from a peaceful state and place it inside of a physical body, and it has to go through the suffering of being a human on this planet, that gives us the responsibility of taking care of that being once it is incarnated in a physical form. So when I say you don't take responsibility without authority, if I can't tell you what to do, I can't protect you. If I'm your bodyguard and I tell you, stay behind me, and you get out in front of me and you get shot, whose fault is that?
Okay. So, all right, now I get it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Is it my fault that you got shot if you didn't do what I tell you to do?
It's the
Yes,
guy
it
who
is.
shot you. His fault.
No, it's my job. I got one job. I'm your bodyguard.
All right.
And I say, stay behind me. And you say, you don't tell me what to do. And you go out in front of me. And you get shot. It's my fault. The responsibility falls on me. I'm the bodyguard.
So she didn't listen.
And when she don't listen, it's still my responsibility.
Yeah. Okay.
So now, if you don't listen, I have to separate myself because I cannot have responsibility without authority.
Yes. Well, that's why when people say,
Well, I can't accept responsibility without authority. And that's over anything.
Right.
Children, your woman,
Yeah.
right? So, you know what divine order is? And I'm sorry if I'm sounding very passionate. I don't want to come off as
was
overbearing.
I said he said passionate. I said, "Rah!" He's coming off aggressive.
It sounds aggressive, but it's
Yeah,
passionate.
Wow.
yeah. I'm just fucking around.
Wow.
So do you know what divine order is?
Like
It's when you call Uber and you order some divine food.
no, you mean like divine? It's like divine intervention.
Divine order.
So,
You know, 1, 2, 3.
so okay,
So there's higher power,
all right, that's you. Okay.
and then there's who? Who comes after the divine power? Man,
Okay.
and then under man comes who? Women.
Oh, shit!
Oh.
shit!
No, so when you met men, you met just men, not women. But not
So
people.
are women men?
No, but like when
She just got blacklisted from the feminine movement.
She said animals come before women.
That was funny as
Well,
shit.
usually when you say man, like especially
So
in
you
divine,
include women in the terminology of men.
if you're talking about divine, like in the Bible.
So divine means
Like-
the divine means the highest authority. Who the highest authority, the creator, right? There's an order.
Wait,
The divine first,
so you're saying
underneath the divine is who?
men and women aren't equal in
Oh,
authority?
No. No, they're not. Do I need your protection? Do your man need your
No,
protection? Okay,
but-
all right.
There's a give and take there.
No, there's not.
Not
No,
with,
there's not.
not with just protection.
Do you expect your man to give his life to save yours? There's no give and take.
That's hard.
No, it's not. Do you expect your man to give his life to save his
I
child?
really yes, and a woman should do the same thing.
But do you expect your man to give his life to save yours?
No, I would do
You would give your own life to save your life?
my child.
No, yours.
Yours.
Oh, well,
Like, is a man supposed to protect a woman?
well, then he should try, but just try. I don't know.
Honestly,
That's
you know,
a hard no.
it's not. You know who's your protector?
jRag,
The highest power you believe in. Your man is not your protector. Your man gets the ability to protect you from the highest power that you believe in.
Protect me from the highest power.
No, not protect you from.
Oh,
He gets the ability to protect you from the highest power that you believe in.
okay.
And if your belief aligns with his, then his protection would be greater. If your belief does not align with his, then his protection is not going to be as good as it could be.
Okay, so back to whole Lisa, user having a down moment.
No,
It's done.
we're having a keep it pushing moment.
What's that mean?
That means that she has to follow her beliefs and I have to follow mine because they don't align.
So it's done.
Without alignment, it was done to begin with from the start. If there's no alignment, you see, there's a difference between a man that runs his house and a man that runs around in it.
I like that. So
Some men run around in their house, some men run their house.
as long as the wheels get aligned, there is a possibility that
There
ride,
has to be a straightening.
the ride could get back on the track.
So
Potentially.
what happens is you get alignment, then you get a misalignment. Then you get alignment, then you get misalignment. Then you get alignment, then you get misalignment. What is that called?
Craziness.
That's the roller coaster. So when you want to get off the roller coaster,
That's the great white when I was in Ocean Wildwood and that
Yeah.
bitch went flying off the tracks into the sand.
in order to keep the alignment straight, sometimes you got to get off the roller coaster.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when the man gets off the roller coaster, life becomes easier for him. And life becomes harder, right? Would you rather have 100% of 0 or 50% of 100?
50% of 100.
Would you rather have 100% of nothing
No,
or 50% of 100?
100% nothing is nothing.
Exactly.
Oh,
So without the man, that's what you have.
yeah. And then, yeah.
When you think about it mathematically, without the man, right? So women have been caught in this idea of co-parenting, and there's no such thing. There's no such thing, right? The word pair is two. You can't parent with one person.
I know.
So there's no such thing as a co-parent.
You're just parenting together.
No, I agree.
No, you have to, or there's no parenting happening. Without the man in the home, there is no parenting. Without the mother in the home, the child has a better chance than they would if it was no man in the house.
No, I agree with that.
Okay.
I 100% agree with that.
Okay. I just want to make that clear.
But for the divorced or separated families, they can still parent together.
No, they cannot.
No.
No, they cannot.
Or they're parenting separately.
No, there's no such thing as parenting separately. It's pair. The word pair is in parent.
It's a lot harder.
Yeah, but the process is still happening. So
No, it's
It's
not. The
not.
process is not happening. The process has a flaw in it when the masculinity is separated from the femininity. There's no God.
A simple thing. When your kids don't listen to you and you say, I'm going to tell your father, or wait
That's
till
a
your father
threat.
to tell you.
Now you're threatening and traumatizing the child.
No.
And you're using the
but
father as a
I'm
tool
talking about
or
a
weapon.
14-year-old.
Yeah, I'm
He's
talking about
back.
any age. When you're using the father as a weapon, you're demonizing the father.
No.
Yes,
No.
yes.
He's the disciplinarian. Not
And you're demonizing him, and that's what the child is going to be traumatized from whenever they hear the word father as a disciplinary tool.
no. That's the only thing you're saying.
If you're saying it at all,
No. Because
I
sometimes, yeah.
know how it feels. It feels like I'm attacking you.
No.
And I don't
I'm
wanna
just
do that.
saying
I
that's
don't want to
not
attack you.
how it is. It's just sometimes you need, like,
You
they
need
just
to
moms are
emotionally
always
communicate and
correcting,
open
right?
up the line of communication with the child without threatening, without using. That's just like if you don't do what I say, I'm gonna go get the gun.
What?
I'm gonna go get the gun
To your kid?
to anybody.
Oh.
That's the same thing. If you say I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go get your father. Your dad's the gun now.
No, because when he's mad, you did wrong. Like it just like
When
all right,
who's mad?
All right, another here's maybe a better one. So when the dad's in the house and so the kid talks back to the mom, dad gets up right away and says, "What did you say to your mother?" That's because sometimes it's easier to.
So is the child
map
not
off-
allowed to have their own thing? Is the
I'm
child not
talking
allowed
about
to have their own
math
thoughts?
Yeah, they're allowed to. There's ways to do and there's ways not to.
Based on and who gives that line?
the parents.
Who
right?
creates that
The
line?
parents,
The parents or the father?
both parents.
So who determines the emotional boundary, right, in regard to the child being able to express themselves with whether it be joy, empathy, anger, compassion, passion, or all of these different scales of emotions that a being is going to have? Who tells the child and puts them inside of this gated idea of their emotions has to be subjugated?
That's
Is that the mother or the father?
both. It's your dynamic. It's your home dynamic that like it's not like you sit there and you write down like
No, that's not what I'm asking. It's going to be done through action, right? Children don't do what they're told. They do what they see. So if the mother is not being that way towards the father, and the father is not being loving to the mother, the child is going to replicate what they see, not what they hear.
children like to test boundaries. They like to push them. That's big, especially.
No, they like to explore. They're not pushing boundaries. They
They
need to
do.
explore their options, emotions, and ideas. They're not pushing boundaries.
Oh no, they like to test them.
I promise you, that's not what they're doing.
Yes, that is. That's what they're doing.
Some
They
of them
do.
will
They do.
try to push to see
They
if they
do.
can get away
And
with it.
then you put your foot down.
So
and
that's
you know.
exploration because they have to go out into the world, right? So in my opinion, the father's job is to prepare their children for his death because you're not going to be able to call on me, right? I'm not going to be here, and nobody wants to outlive their children, right? So my job as a father is to make sure that when I'm no longer in the physical form, that my child will still continue and survive. Right? So if I don't allow them to explore and express themselves freely with me, how will they know what their limits is in the world?
They need to learn how to respect people also.
So then you have to figure out the definition of respect.
Parents.
So give the definition of respect.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
So let's define this word respect.
That's hard to define the word.
So if we can't define the word and it's difficult to define, how can we raise our children in it?
And the difference between fear and respect.
Right.
So respect is, it's, I don't know how to, it's like being courteous. It's not.
So courteous is
not,
courteous.
Right, I know.
It's being courteous.
Also
not.
Like,
you can be courteous and not have respect.
When mom and dad say to do something, you do it.
No, that's not correct.
Like you clean your
So
room.
if I tell you to murder somebody, if I tell my child to murder somebody, okay, so they have to have their own morals, right? They have to have morals installed before respect.
No, well, you teach your children that.
So they have to have those morals in place, right, before respect. They have to see that in their parents. In order to respect their parents, right, and they, from a moral standpoint, they have to see that already in them.
You have to try.
And that's not something you can tell your kid. You can't tell your kid, I have morals, you do what I say.
You have to try the best you can to lead by example. But, it's not always,
right.
Because we're human too. We're going to do shit.
So if the child is seeing the father go back and forth between a bunch of women, is he still supposed to respect the father?
Yes.
But he might be picking up.
But he sees his father as moralist. Like me, I don't want to be friends with a man that cheats on their woman. Now, I used to be a man that would do that. But now that I'm in this awakening of becoming the man that I want to be, if a man around me wants to cheat on his woman, I'm not going to drop a dime on you, but I can't be friends with you.
But respecting your father is not the same thing as agreeing with what he does. You might not like what he does, but you still will respect him.
So where is the respect coming from then? If I don't like what you're doing, where can I pull this respect from?
You might not like something that people do.
So I gotta tolerate him. That's not respect.
He's your father. You respect him as your father.
That's just a title.
But that's what you should do.
That's just a title.
Now I'm not saying
a father and a mother is just a title.
Try to be there, but if his only vice.
So you provided for me, right, for 18 years because I couldn't do it for myself.
Not just
that
financially.
Might be where, as far as my respect can go.
Yeah, but not
that's
just financially.
if you did that. If you gave me a house, you gave me food, you gave me clothes, right?
What about time?
So, and if you gave me time, I can give you that respect. But if you were a whoremonger, if you were abusive to a woman, if you were not understanding of my emotions, not understanding of my critical needs and of stability and things that I need in order to develop, there's no respect in that arena.
I think that that's a toughie.
You gotta,
I think it's clear cut. Me as a parent, I'm gonna tell y'all, I have never pushed academics. I have never pushed religion. I have never pushed my way of thinking onto my children, right? I try to guide them in a way where is, I wanted to stop rapping years ago, but I wanted them to have the same tenacity that I had. And the only way they're going to get that if they see me persevere, right? So when I look at their mothers, right, they had dreams and aspirations. Their mothers had dreams and aspirations that they shared with me that they came nowhere close to obtaining.
Why?
Because they never went for it. So let me tell you a story. A man wakes up one day, gets ready for work. He goes outside and his car didn't start. So he got to catch the bus. And he goes across the street to catch the bus, but he's not looking, and a trash truck killed him. He got hit by a trash truck, and he gets to heaven. and God says, you get to ask me one question. And the guy says, was Michael Jordan the greatest basketball player you ever made? And God says, no. Pulled back the clouds, pointed to a guy taking out the trash behind the Wawa and says he was, but he never tried.
Yeah. A lot of those.
Was there?
Michael Jordan, greatest basketball player we've ever seen, is a different conversation.
Exactly. So my point is this, right? If your children don't see it with these mini movie recorders on the front of their face, their eyes.
Yeah. I
If these cameras, these two cameras on the front of their face, don't get and receive the information, right? Then they're not going to be able to play it back. They're going to play back what they witnessed throughout their life. It's called The Echo of Mirrors. It was one of the songs on my first album.
So, let me ask you, so while we're on that,
Sure.
Can you be your child's friend and parent, or do you have to choose one or the other?
First is parent, right? After the parenting, because you can guide as long as you live, right? But you cannot parent.
Adults.
You cannot parent an adult. You can after your child becomes an adult, that means that they pay for their domicile, their fund, and you are no longer funding their life. You have no authority in it.
Then you can become friends.
Then you can become friends.
I mean, you'll always be the parent, but you always are still the parent. You're always the father. You're always the dad.
Right.
But,
You're the father. You're the mom, but you're no longer the parent,
well, you're no longer the authority.
which is the parent.
But you'll always be the father, mother.
Right.
You know.
So we'll always have that title,
But
right, of being a mother, of being a father, but we will not always have the title of being a parent unless you have more children in that stage of parenting. Like there's a stage of parenting and it ends.
Yeah.
For me, it ended. My parenting ended at 9 years old with my caregivers. I was 9 years old, and my mother took me out of my father's house, and I witnessed her decisions, and I had to make a decision. You cannot be the leader.
Yeah.
Because your decisions have put us in the predicament where we are the most uncomfortable.
That's a rough.
I mean, I've been in this situation.
And that takes nothing away from her being my mother. I love her dearly for allowing me to come through her body into this three-dimensional world and get the party started. But at the same time, her choices have shaped me in a way where I would never want those predicaments for my own.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because I've had, similar, right, where your mother makes bad, choice, right, and then.
But you know who that fell on?
Well, it fell on me.
I can't be mad at her because she chose a man.
Okay, that's different. My
Right?
mom was riding solo, but she
Yeah,
spending my money
Was your mother married?
to my father.
Yeah.
After that, never got married again. No.
Neither did mine. Either one of them.
I she dated.
So
long-term relationships.
all of the responsibility. My mother never had a job. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My father owned his house. My mother never had a job. She didn't have to, and all of her wardrobe was custom made.
Yeah.
That's what she had at my father's house.
My mom was taking my checks from music and from acting and the modeling and,
Yeah, my mom took
Not
all the
paying the
candy
bills
sales
and
money.
shit either.
She took when we sold candy for the school. My mother took the money, fucked it up.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but those were bad decisions. Those were bad choices.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't good with the money. You didn't know how to control the
Yeah,
money.
she was not good with the money.
So my thing is this: if you can't control your emotions and your thinking, you can't control anything.
He's like, what? Planting underwear?
Yeah, that's a story later for, when I asked about this question.
Oh.
I got a funny story that goes along with parents interfering with your relationships. So I just was
Planting-
reminding myself.
Planting panties?
Yeah, I'll tell you about it.
Planting
Like,
Yeah, so
dirt?
like planting them around the
No.
house.
Oh.
I know what you're saying. No, you're not growing panties.
I was like, what is
I mean, we can get to that next, but I
panty
wanted to get through this. Can you be your child's friend or parent? Yeah.
All right, so being your child's friend and parent is two different stages of being in our lives. Like at this point with my children, except for the one that's 18, everybody else we can be friends because they're all governing their own lives at this point.
Like me,
but prior to that, I'm not your friend.
Like my son's getting to be an adult, right? But I still feel like I'm there if he ever has questions or needs guidance, and so I don't think the parenting ever stops. It's like, he can reach out to me as like we hang out, we do shit like friendly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Friends, but I don't think the parenting stops up to a certain point until like maybe when they got their shit fully together.
Well, that's the same thing. You said the same thing I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing. I just was putting it in my own,
Right.
But no, I agree. Because I don't think the parenting ever stops. Like, there's times at point, maybe like an adult after a divorce or something might run into trouble and is like, hey Dad, what do I do? I need some help. Like, can helping them get back on their feet, or, because maybe it's their first time going through it. So it's like starting over not as a child, but
so
you need your guidance again.
Answer me this, because right now it sounds like you have a split tongue. Right? You're thinking in both directions. When you're dead and there's no one to call.
Well, that's when he has to
I think
put
it's a
all.
transition period right now.
Yeah,
That's
now
why.
I'm still at that fine line. Right?
So how does he get that now? How does he know? How is he prepared? How would you prepare your son for that now? Because that day is we know that day is coming.
I'm hoping that by the time
No. Hope is worse than dope, brother.
Yeah.
You do not want to get hooked on that. How can you be certain that when that day comes, he gonna stand firm?
I don't know that you can ever be certain. You just have to do your best to make sure he listens and takes your guidance and learns from the teachings and then applies it in his life. And
see, it's a story that I want to go into, but I know my son is going to try to reprimand me if I even tell this story of something that actually happened to him the other day.
Yeah.
He gave me a call. I know I kind of just put it out there, but I'm not saying what it is.
Yeah.
Right. And but it is, and he's such a private, like, to the point. Here it is. This is my point, right? I raised my son in a way where you never lie to a man, right? If that man ain't got on no black robe and can, if that man ain't wearing a black robe,
Your Honor, I will never do it again.
Yeah. Right? If you're not wearing because you lie to a man, that's fear causing you to try to change the outcome. Right? So if somebody calls me and tells me that my son lied to me, I know you lying.
Yeah.
I know you lying. I know you's a motherfucking liar. Because I instilled something different in him. When you lie, then you might lie to some women because you want the outcome of her cracking that safe open.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get that safe cracked open.
Especially when you're younger.
You might fudge the numbers.
Especially when you're younger.
Yeah, when you're younger. So you're going to lie to some women.
Because when you get older, you realize.
And then when you get older, you realize you don't have to lie to women.
No, and it's too much to try to remember. You try to remember all this crazy
You get
shit
older, you realize you don't have to lie to women, and they want to make the decision that they want, right? But when you're young, you're going to lie. But at no point do you lie to another man. At no point. Because if they come to you and be like, yo, I heard you say this, that, and the third, and you said it, don't be like, no, that's not. I'm not.
Tito said it.
See, no.
It was Tito.
Because now you put yourself in the predicament to get your fucking face beat up.
Yeah, and they're going to find out it was you any fucking.
Right. So never. You stand on what you said.
What happened? or you're not getting into it?
No, that's as far as it's gonna go.
Okay, all right.
That's as far as it's gonna go.
Yeah,
I know that my son
Yeah.
is not going to call me with a fabricated story.
Yeah.
If that's what he said happened, motherfucker, that's what happened.
But plus, if you don't tell me the truth, I can't help you.
And he knows
Like,
that.
if you tell me what happened,
He knows
I can
that.
help you get out of it, or I can
He
help you.
knows that.
But if you bullshit me,
Yeah.
I can't fucking help you properly.
Don't tell me you ain't put the body where you said you put it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
So
But-
I want to know about these
All right.
curfews.
So wait. Well, let's do this one first. The interference. So, parent. Did you ever have a parent? And then I'll get into the story she's talking about with the panties, and then we can jump into the other one she was talking about. But so, parents ever interfering in relationships, like your wife and your baby mama not getting along, or like they
Your
got
wife
some
and your baby mama.
mama, your mom and your baby mama.
Okay,
Or-
all right.
You said wife.
I know I did.
Yeah.
I'm glad he caught that.
My
I
wife
didn't
and my
catch it.
girlfriend don't get along, and I have no idea why that.
Right. So, and then they got this thing, and then it causes you to be like you're in the middle, right?
No,
Or weird tension, or do
no,
you just
there's
stay out
never
of it
no middle because
and
at
let
the end
them
of the
fucking
day,
hash it out.
my woman gets chosen over my mother.
At a certain point, the parent has to realize, like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
this is my relationship.
You know, there was a question of, do you let your mom ride in the front seat or your woman ride in the front seat when they both in the car together?
Your woman
Every time.
every time, yeah. Same thing with your homies. Yeah, man, you better get your ass in the back.
Yeah.
Like my woman is
If
sitting
she
with
off
me.
Yeah, like my woman is going to ride next to me.
Yeah.
And
Every time.
Every time. Kids, whatever.
All right, so let me tell you how my mom used to do some fucked up shit to piss off my son's mother. So, okay, when my mom
No, we ain't playing that game.
when my mom would drink, she would be like a different person. She would turn into like, when my mom was not drinking and sober, she would get along with her. Everything was great. But when my mom would drink, she would get feisty. So her and Nina would have these little weird back bickerings. And so my mom one day was planting her underwear all over the fucking house in my drawer.
What?
Wait, your mom's?
Your mom was playing
But
her?
her own underwear?
No, she went to like Macy's and bought some like fucking sexy underwear and shit. She did a whole fucking thing.
She was trying to sabotage you.
At the end of the day, it was going to, yeah. But
She was trying to break y'all up.
basically, I think.
That is crazy.
But yeah, she would plant them in the drawer, and Nina, she would come home, go to get her shit. She'd be like, "Yo, these aren't mine. Who the fuck's are these?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
How did you find out it was your mom?
Eventually, my mom told me because I asked her, "Yo, what the fuck?" She's like, "Yeah, I put them in the wrong drawer by accident."
Now my mom would say the wrong name at times.
Yeah.
Like I got one John over here, and my mom would start asking me about somebody else.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, hey, Jen. Hey.
right, she would call
Her name is-
girls wrong names. And I know you know that wasn't her name.
Yeah.
She did shit like that.
Yeah, that's the same idea.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't end
Yeah,
good.
was it intentional or was it?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. You can't tell me it wasn't. Or you just going to see now. You're see now,
I mean,
now?
I do it.
You're too young for that.
I do it. Like, and especially when I'm yelling, I'm like, Jason, Elena,
Oh, you might do that to your
Elena,
kids, right? You might mix the kids' names
Yeah,
up.
all the time.
No,
Like,
I'm
they're-
talking about people that come over every so often or whatever. And like, this is when in your teenage years, you might have, Buttons over or Burgundy, or maybe Kiana came through and your mom be like, hey, Burgundy, remember when you, and like, hey, mom, what the fuck is you doing?
That's when you call everybody baby or cunt or something.
And that's why older people do that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why older people do that. Hey, sugar.
Yeah, it's easier.
They don't know your name. They don't know your name.
My
When
dad
older
used to
people
do that
to
to
you,
fuck
they
with
don't
my
know
They
your
don't-
name.
friends. My dad would do that to fuck with my friends. I had this friend, Mike. He would have a girl come over, and he would go and he would walk in the room and be like, "Mike, you forget your glasses today?" And everybody would look and be like, "You don't wear glasses." Like, Mike, you don't have your glasses on. And finally, we'd get it. He'd be like, "Yeah, that girl's ugly as fuck. Did you forget to wear your glasses today before you brought that girl home?" But he would say it while she was sitting there.
Oh,
He'd
wow.
be like, "Mike, you forgot your glasses today, huh?"
No, my mom did some fucked up shit to me. Because I had the basement at my mom's house. And the washing machine, I had like the sheets up to make walls or whatever.
Yeah.
And my
Privacy.
mom came downstairs to do laundry. And I had this John down there. And we cut school and everything. And we in bed naked. And it's getting a little sweaty in there. It was a little sweaty in the basement. My mom come downstairs. She's like, what the fuck? It smell like wolf pussy in here. them two words in a sentence.
Oh yeah, that's fucking funny.
Yo, she said it smell like wolf pussy.
God damn.
I'm not ready for this.
Yeah. What?
Oh,
What?
I had somebody else's parents walk in on us. We were in the basement. They were supposed to be out all day at the office. Turns out they were going shopping. I don't know who knew. Like, I felt like I was set up. But we're in the basement. Real Sex is on TV. Remember that HBO show?
Yeah, I remember that.
That shit's on TV. We're buck naked. All of a sudden, we hear the door opening. They both walk in. The clothes are over there. I can't even get to them.
Oh yeah.
The fucking girl, the dad, like they walk in and like nothing happened. They went back, came back, and then the guy comes in and the stepfather comes in. He's like, "Joe, you ain't gonna help me get the bags?" I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, let me just put my dick.
Yeah, I was mortified. He was like, "Hey, Joe, you gonna help me get the rest of the bags?" We were like 17 at the time.
That is wild. That
Yeah,
is
it was pretty
wild.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, I remember.
You gonna help me get the groceries? Like, well, you fucking motherfucker.
Like after my mom,
What do I do?
and I guess we're getting into this. After my mom left my dad, we ended up in a homeless shelter on Red Avenue called Matriarchy.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. Right.
You all ended up going.
Yeah, it was me and my 5 brothers and sisters. We're all living in one room in a homeless shelter, right? And there was other families, women. It was mainly women, right? That chose.
Because they do a lot of them for battered women's shelters,
Right.
things of that nature,
Yeah,
correct?
we was in one of those too. But this one joint, right? It was this girl named Kima. I remember her name because she was light skinned with these thick lips and pretty eyes, and you know. I was tapping it, but come to find out, she was already a few months pregnant. She was like 2 to 3 months pregnant when I met her.
Oh no.
Why is she trying to say that this baby was mine?
because that's what he did.
Yeah, she probably didn't know where the other one was, and she was like, opportunity.
And this is the first time, no, this was the second time in my teenage years that I got accused of a girl having a baby that I never even had sex with.
Yeah,
I never even slept with this girl.
sounds like Mary.
And I'm like 16, maybe 15, and her mom is talking to my mom and trying to say that I gotta step up, and I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about?
I never even fucked this bro.
had sex with this woman, this girl.
That's scary.
And that was the second time this girl tried to blame. And
Like,
I
yo,
remember-
I'm not Jeebus. There's no immaculate conception happening.
yeah,
here.
no, what this look like? And she
Oh,
like,
right.
and I was. What I had said was, I said, if you don't get your fucking baby on the way, head mask, the fuck up out of here. She's like, if I am pregnant, insurance ain't no if you is
No,
pregnant.
shit. I'm swabbing you while you're sleeping, bitch.
I know someone who that happened to, and they were both white, and the baby came out
It was black.
biracial.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're like, oops.
We all knew.
Yeah, she probably told him, you know, when you
He
have a
was the
premature
only one
baby,
who
sometimes they
didn't
come out black.
His dumb ass was still trying to. He was still trying to claim him up to a certain point.
Yeah.
No. He looks like me.
He did. It's his.
She showed him the sonogram, like, look, that's your leg. You got your leg.
Look,
But he stuck around.
What you mean, he kept the child?
she dipped out.
That is a lot of integrity right there.
As a good man, better man than I.
No, it's not. That's not a good man.
No,
That's not a good man at all.
There's a lot of issues.
Listen,
He took that baby.
that is a woman's definition of a good man, but that is not a good man. A good man is stern. A good man is decisive. A good man stands on principle. A good man has integrity. Well, yeah, of course.
Well,
doing-
now that boy has a
hold
father
on.
and a
Doing what's beneficial for a woman does not make you a good man.
Well, it's beneficial
He did,
for the
he did,
child
but
because
yeah,
the mom
he
dipped
did,
out on him
yeah.
too.
That child is not his responsibility. Raising another man's legacy does not make you a good man.
didn't know.
Raising another man's legacy, bloodline, does not make you a good man.
No, but
In no way and at no point does it make you a good man, right? You can donate, right? But to compromise your own life for someone else's bloodline does not make you a good man. That might be unpopular belief.
No, I
now what about taking care of like stepkids or dating like women that already have kids?
So this may become your responsibility, right? But you can be given the authority over these kids.
Like it's
Right.
a little different.
You
but
can
you still
adopt.
are there in the house to raise them.
So if it's a adopting situation, right, where you take on the child as your own, right? But if there's another man that can come in and say, "Hey, don't talk like that to my child,"
Well, yeah.
or "Don't do this to my child," but you ain't up at the plate. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I had, and listen, I've been in that predicament, right? Where just recently, because I would never, prior to my children being raised, I would never date a woman when my kids were like smaller. I would never date another woman with children because I was emotionally protecting my children. I wouldn't want them to see me living in somewhere with another woman in my house or with her raising somebody else's kids and they're not in the house with me. So my kids' emotions come first. Right now that my children are adults and they can deal with me, moving around how I see fit, and they have a better understanding, I can do what I want.
Yeah.
As far as another woman having children. But as growing up, because me and my kids grew up together.
Yeah.
So it was a 20-year difference.
That's like me and mine.
Me and my kids grew up together, but at the end of the day, like, and they might not see my sacrifices as needed, right? But for me, it was about protecting my children's needs, their heart, their ears, their eyes, and what comes out of their mouth. Right?
Yeah.
At one point, my daughter told me Jesus is white and argued me down. Was arguing me down. And I had to go buy her a Black Bible. Not that I, push the narrative of Jesus or any of that, right? But at the end of the day, I just wanted to understand you don't pray or follow and believe something that don't look like you. Ever. Like if I ask an ant, what is God? An ant like, oh, it's a big ant with big antlers in the sky. If I ask a donkey, oh, it's a big donkey. Like, and that's fine. Everybody is going to paint their God in their image, as they should.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But no blood of mine is going to worship or out of what they look like. And God don't have none of that. No physical or human attributes, in my opinion. God don't have human attributes. Oh, he's a jealous guy. No, he's not. Oh, he's a this, that, and the third. No, he's not. God is unfathomable. Unfathomable. There's nobody on this planet that has the mental capacity to even comprehend the awesomeness. Yeah. So can't nobody tell me nothing in that capacity. No preacher, no pope, no man of the cloth. You don't have the mental capacity to think outside of what's under these clouds. Shut up. Why we have who?
Curfews was a bad. They're right short. What what's an appropriate time to come home after a night out?
When I come back.
Yeah, but okay, so no.
I
Wait, if the place closes at 2, and they're not serving no alcohol, nothing else, what are you doing until 5 a.m.? Now be honest.
agree. It's a casino.
What are you doing until 5 a.m. when there's no more alcohol?
You can find something to do.
I'm sure you can. Tell me what they are.
Legs are still open.
Yes.
What?
The legs are open. That's about it. Till 5 in the morning.
After 2 p.m. ain't nothing open but legs.
Exactly.
At the casino.
Yeah, but you don't gamble. So what else?
But I talk.
Nobody
Have you not?
Oh, so legs and mouths are open.
Have you not? Have you not met me?
No, I have. But I'm saying that
Especially when two girls.
there's only a couple. Either you're getting kidnapped and fucking attacked, or
That happened.
or you're
That happened to me one
parlaying
time.
with some other
Well,
sex entities and having a good time.
so
But you're not just sitting there with one person.
so
especially when you spend 90% of the time on your phone.
I'm gonna tell you this: when we assume, we make an ass out of you and me.
Yeah, no. Like 3 times. And then I'm like, hey, and then I heard, and then bang, and then I called her right back. I'm like, yo, what happened? So I'm like, well, what the fuck? And then she disappeared till 5 in the morning when she called me back. And I was like,
so this is an actual.
This happened.
This actually happened.
This one actually happened.
Months ago, but he wants to.
Okay, we're not going to argue the time frame.
Yeah.
We are going to analyze. Hold on, but we are going to analyze the behavior. Okay, so let's analyze the behavior, right, in this particular scenario.
I think
You were not being checked on, right? And there was a phone call made. The phone call came from your phone to Rag's phone.
Yeah, no, I never call. I don't ask what she's doing. I don't do that. Like I'm like, go
Okay,
have a
so
good time.
there's no insecurity.
No, it wasn't about no. But then once it became like I know.
I saw that.
Like I know what time they stopped serving
I was
drinks.
waving at her. Hold on, let's analyze this, Rag. Let's analyze this. There's no insecurity in place because there was no outgoing call from Rag's phone checking on time, places, and people.
Nah, she was doing her thing. I was like, go have go chill, girls night out.
Okay, so that is allowed. That is allowed.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, I encourage it. I'm like, go chill with your friend. Yo, it was the texts that she was sending me, like, and then she disappeared.
My feet are killing me. What is that bitch? I was bitching with stupid shit.
She was like, come get me. And then she called me.
I was drunk. I was like, I'm so drunk.
All right, we can all sing together.
And then
We can all sing together. We all can't speak at the same time.
And then she called, and then I answered, and she was like, hey, what are you doing? And then click real fast. And then she didn't answer her phone back.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what it sounds like to me. There was a lot of alcohol, inebriation, and attention span being very short. Right? Where it can be misrepresented as the attention was being given to a male, and the phone call had to end because we didn't want someone else to perceive something that may not have been true.
Oh, and the other thing is, I don't care if somebody walks up to her and tries to take that.
Yeah, you should.
I expect that. And then when I said, anybody talk to you, try to holler, she's like, yes, especially since this. And I'm going to be nice, and I'm hoping that people aren't bunch. The first one that I would go to.
Yeah. That's your preference.
Whoa.
No.
You don't know it. You know.
No. You can't place your preference on everybody. Right?
But if nobody, they don't know her, if she's single or not, they can't claim, oh, she's got a boyfriend, I'm not
I'm
going to.
gonna tell you this. Nobody wants somebody that nobody don't want.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want somebody that nobody don't want. So if nobody is trying to holler at your chick, you might want to reconfigure your thinking.
Yeah. I expect it. I don't even care.
Right. So and it's okay.
My thing was like the fucking you hope don't and then disappear. Don't do that. That's not. That was
So
because I'm thinking, what
you
the
got to
fuck?
think too, right?
What happened?
Women have to protect their man's ego, right? Especially when they know that they are attractive and they're going to be approached. And it's just like men have to do the same thing. Men, not so much as protecting their ego, and women be like, oh, why you lie? Like, if I tell you the truth, you decide things. Because I don't give a fuck what you think. A man is going to lie to the woman that he wants to keep because he's scared of the outcome. Like I said, lying is a prerequisite of fear, right? If I don't want you to leave, and yes, it might be a little controlling as far as me trying to control or manipulate the situation. And, women say you want your cake and eat it too, right? Bitch, I got a sweet tooth. What I'm trying to tell you is this, right? If I don't give a fuck, when I don't care, I will tell you everything. I will tell you everything. Yeah, bitch, I got a girl at home. No, we can't spend a motherfucking holiday. Are you fucking dumb?
Yeah.
No, I'm not staying out here with you until 3 o'clock in the morning. Eat it so I can beat it. Like, don't even be tripping like that. Like, you're crazy. You know what it is. So it's just like, these in their face, and we're gonna take. Do you know what's about to happen? Yeah. Okay. Get caught. What do you tell the police?
I committed to that. I mean, I'll tell them nothing. But I'm saying in my head, like, what am I gonna tell them? I mean, I already knew what I was getting into, so I ain't saying shit, and I'm gonna let it ride out. I don't know what
you was getting into.
Right.
You knew what the consequences of your actions is. So if I tell you from the rip, listen, babe, I already got the main. You can ride shotgun. You know what I'm saying? But you just visited. And that's going to be the end. So, and if you say, all right, and you accept the terms of the deal, don't try to fucking call my fucking woman and be like, I gotta talk to you woman to woman. Bitch, you're not a woman like she is.
Yeah.
You're not the woman.
I think we kind of went a little.
You a cock pocket.
Yeah.
You a bop.
Well, nowhere was I saying, I didn't say, I was just saying if it.
Oh, but it works both ways though.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you can be somebody.
But I know the spot.
So would you ever make a side joint your man? Never. If you on the side with me, you can never be the main. You can never be the main.
Yeah.
So if there's a joint that I'm hollering at and she got a dude, you can never be the main. So you can have a main.
Nah, see that's where you just clip that. Like you could get somebody approach you, offer to buy you drinks and shit, but the minute you take the number, that's
no, you don't accept the drink either.
You don't accept the drink either.
No,
you're just like, nah, I got
No, you don't accept the drink. You don't accept the conversation, and you don't even say I got a boyfriend, because anything that comes out of your mouth can and will be used against you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but the entertaining part, like you just.
Hold on, I just made a Miranda. When a man is approaching a woman, anything that comes out of her mouth can and will be used against you when he's trying to subjugate you to the full extent of going wrong.
Yeah. Do you understand?
Do you understand your rights?
Yeah. No, but my thing was like at that point, it's only 10 minutes from the house, getting home 3. You know what I mean? You allow for a little travel time. But sitting in a place that closes at fucking 2 o'clock till 5 in the morning is crazy.
Yes. 24 hours.
Yes, what you don't want to do is create a prison. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't. So you can't have these timelines and stipulations. For me, I'll let you do what you want to do because it'll tell me what you want to do. And once I know what you want to do, and I still go along with whatever the program is, that decision is now on me, right? You can do what you want to do, and that tells me what you want to do. And if I stick around through the rest of the program and watch the rest of the show, it's on you. It's like if I tell you meet me at 3:30, and now I'm there, it's 3:30, you ain't there, and now it's 3:05 and you ain't there. The next 5 to 10 minutes is no longer on you. If I stay there, it's on me. Yeah. So that's how that plays out. Like
my point was, I just know nothing good happens at 5 a.m. in the fucking,
and you know what you know, and you know what you know.
And he knows like falls in line.
But do you know your woman?
All of a sudden your phone.
This is more important than knowing what you know. Yeah. Do you know your woman?
Oh my gosh.
What was that?
Yeah.
So you know she coming home unscathed.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He thinks no. You didn't know.
You even know or you don't know?
Yeah, I still don't like the being.
And there's nothing to worry about.
It's just not. It's a safety thing.
For her.
Yeah, like South Philly, I think there's nothing good that happens after 3 o'clock.
Again,
like that shouldn't.
You cannot accept responsibility without authority. If that man told you to be home at this time and gave you that time.
Oh, I didn't have a car.
I never. I don't do that. No.
But if anything happens,
I think
if anything happens after he told you what not to do, and something detrimental happens, you can't expect someone to take responsibility for that.
No, and there was nothing like when I got home, I called them, I told them what happened that night, because there was crazy shit that happened that night. I told them everything.
Tell them what happened.
Because I'm not putting people's stuff.
You don't have to say their names.
The names will be changed to protect the innocent.
Just
the
tell a
one
big
girl
story.
was hooking up with a guy.
And she got a man.
But we just didn't know where she was for a while.
So they waited for her because they wanted to make sure she got
Well,
home
it
safe.
was there was three of us. You don't leave one behind. Wait, and me and the
But
other
here's the
girl.
thing. She left y'all.
Right, but
She left y'all behind.
right, but
She
me and
already
the
broke
other
the rule.
one, we were talking, so it wasn't like we were like.
She
wanna go
already
home.
broke the rule. You don't leave nobody behind, but she left y'all behind for somebody. Did she know this guy?
No.
She didn't know him. So he was more important than y'all. That she left y'all behind.
She hooked up with somebody.
No, right. She left y'all. She left y'all behind.
Probably, yeah.
No, that's no probably. This is what
I
happened.
don't think it was that big of a deal. I don't.
But you thought it was big enough a deal not to leave her behind.
Well, I don't know. But the thing is, it was that. But I was still talking to my best friend. We were sitting here talking. We were having fun. We were talking, like girls like this. We were talking. We don't get to hang out all the time.
You know what this sounds like?
Very rarely go out.
It sounds like a lot of excuses. It sounds like
But
a whole line of excuses of why you wanted to do what you wanted to do, and the reasoning, right? You may consider this as a reason when the rule that you just set was we don't leave one behind, but the one left the group behind.
yeah, but she didn't leave
So that
the place. She just went to a different spot in the place.
Okay, without y'all.
Yeah.
That's the point. Why would you put the group in jeopardy, right?
She's
For your
a lot
own
younger.
selfish wants.
She's a lot younger. It wasn't.
So these are excuses.
But it wasn't that big of a deal. The thing is, I had fun that night. I got really drunk. We had fun. I called them when I got home.
And you know what girls want to do.
Hey, listen, I didn't care about the whole thing. My only thing was the calling me at 2 and hanging up right away, and then I can't get you, and then not hearing again until 5.
That is
To me,
dangerous.
that's not okay.
That's dangerous.
Like that shit don't fly.
Like, first of all, you put him in a position
But
to worry.
he was sleeping.
Worry?
I know.
Hey, Frank,
wasn't-
did I not go to South Philly?
You didn't
Ask
go.
him. I was at your fucking house.
No, you weren't.
Ask him.
You were not there.
Look in his face.
You told me you were about to leave. You said you
No,
never
I
left.
said I left. Ask him. Look in his face and ask him.
He didn't leave. I know he didn't leave.
No. You got two people saying the same thing.
Yeah, I know he didn't leave.
No, you got two
Somebody told me.
people. Hold
I told
on,
you.
hold on.
You called me. I was in my
Two
car
people
getting off of
are-
76. I was going to the
saying
casino to
the
make sure you
same
didn't get
thing.
fucking kidnapped.
I think it's.
Because
Yes.
that's what it sounds like. That's what I'm saying. You put him
Yes.
in a predicament to where
I was on my way to the casino to go ask
variation
for
is
fucking
going to
video
set in.
footage.
He
Like,
didn't go.
it sounds like you got snatched if you call. It sounds, yeah, that's what it sounds like.
You called me right at 5 a.m. right as I got off of 76. I was going to the casino.
You were home.
I was not. I was in the car. Ask
You
him.
cannot change
You
the
can't
facts.
lie.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I swear on that. I swear on him.
The man is telling you what happened.
I swear on
You're
everything.
saying,
We already.
I told you I was in my car.
You said you were about to.
No. I said I was.
you
I
have
left.
two people. You have a witness
I asked him
that
if
is
he wanted
giving an account to his testimony, and there is no significant solid of your denying of what he's saying right now.
What he told me.
I was there. I was there. Frank, he didn't want to take a ride with me.
So you went by yourself?
I did. I fucking absolutely did.
How far did you get?
70. I got off the exit.
Are you attempting
So
to?
wait. So you didn't come to my house though?
No.
When I was home?
No, because at that point I was already
He would've
fucking.
came to me.
No, I was already like.
You
all
can't
right,
say
fuck.
what he would have done.
No.
He would have liked it
Which
in person.
saying that what he would have done is not evidence of what he's done.
Once you called me and it was right as I was getting off the exit, you let me know you were fine. I turned the fuck around and went home.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because at that point I was fucking pissed that I had to drive over the fuck down there at 5 in the morning.
And probably didn't even want to see you at that point. That makes sense. What you saying doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. I would love to take your side.
I just think it was a little bit of a reaction.
3 hours?
It wasn't
you-
3 hours because I did text you.
No, you did. You texted me and then you
Right.
called me and then you hung up.
It's
Are we getting off the topic? Or
Yeah, we can go, but that was it. And then the next time I heard from you was 5 in the morning when I got off the exit. I was like, what the fuck? No, I most definitely did. You can tell you, I asked him to take the ride with me.
That doesn't even
I took the ride. I did. It doesn't matter. I did. I did. I saw your car was in the driveway. Saw somebody else leave.
And you know what? This is why nobody else is on the show. It's just us three. It's just. Are you freaking kidding me?
What?
What?
Still live and popping.
It knocked you out again?
No. So now that we got that cleared up, right? Not totally.
All right.
And I don't think we're ever going to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
No, but that disappearance of 5 a.m. shit.
Yeah, we ain't going for it.
That doesn't work on my. I'm not cool with that.
Accept
Going out and shit. I'll never
Accept
ask
it.
what you're doing, where you're at.
So this is what has to happen, right? You have to accept the accountability.
I told him I was drunk and crazy.
No. We have to accept the accountability of what actually happened, where you caused this man to worry about your condition and your whereabouts by making that phone call and then not answering, right? Which you haven't accepted accountability for.
And I won't.
You won't accept accountability for
No.
that? Why is that so hard?
Because there was people around she didn't want me to hear, probably.
Why won't you accept the accountability of causing him worry?
Because he didn't need to worry.
No, he did. If the phone cut out.
But then I texted him right afterwards.
No,
Yes,
no, you didn't text me until 5 hours. Next time I heard from you, I called you twice, and then I was like, okay, and then I texted you. You didn't answer me. Next time I heard from you was 4:50 something a.m.
Is that true?
No, it's true.
No, it's
Absolutely.
not.
Absolutely.
Because if it was true,
Motherfucking
this
record.
fight would have happened 2 months ago.
No, I let it go. I let her know that I didn't like it, but it wasn't enough to fight. I let her know
All
I
right, so
didn't like
just
it.
for the simple
And that
fact,
5 a.m.
just for the
shit is
simple
not cool.
fact that it was not a pleasurable moment for him, and you do want to cause some pleasure, correct?
Right.
So accept the accountability. Of
And if I say
causing-
something bothers me, you can't tell me it doesn't.
But
right,
you can't say something 2 months later.
We're
You
talking
can.
about it now.
you can't.
You say
You
it when
can.
it's going on. You don't
You
say
can.
it 2 months later.
There is no statute of limitation on emotion.
No, there is. You can't bring up
No.
old stuff.
It's not that. It wasn't that old. It was, at the point when I brought it up originally, it was like 3 weeks.
No, it wasn't. It was last week you brought it up.
Yeah, which was 3 weeks before the event occurred.
Last week you brought it up.
Which was 3 weeks after the event happened. Now it's 4.
It was in February. It's April.
Was it?
Yes, it was. I know the date.
What's the date?
February like 22nd or something like that.
Good. Then when we're done, I'm gonna find the phone call where you did not text me back, and I'll find it.
Look.
Yeah, I'll show you February. Because you didn't, I didn't hear from you one word until after. That's what pissed me off. It's like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah. And there's only a few things that could have happened. One, I didn't think because I just don't see you doing that. And then the other one was something bad happened.
And that caused the worryation, and that's where you deserve to accept the accountability.
Yeah.
No.
Not for that one.
Okay.
No, because he knows I texted him back.
No,
Okay.
He just didn't like the fact that I was out still.
I'll stand on that. Yeah, 5 a.m. There's no good reason to be out at 5 a.m. unless your heels are in the air.
Where your car broke down.
Where you get kidnapped. And there's basically 3 reasons you should be out 3 hours after a place closes.
Or you're planning a heist on a bank.
There's no good explanation for 3 hours after a place closes to be still out there.
3 hours afterwards.
Unless you're getting some. So, no, there's no good reason.
I don't think that's always the case, though.
No, I didn't say it always was, but I'm saying, you know.
Yeah, I don't even think that is a good reason to be out at 3 hours after the
Place
place.
closes, yeah, what the fuck? There's no
It
good
was
reason.
still open. I don't know why I keep saying it closed.
They weren't serving drinks and you don't gamble. There's nothing to do.
But
Talking is definitely not a good reason to be out there. You know why? You know why it's not? Because there's phones. You can talk to somebody on the phone.
even girl talk. I don't know.
I know that can happen over the phone.
No, I mean, the hanging out with a friend is perfectly fine. It's just the 5 a.m. thing, 3 hours after shit closes. There's just, I don't see it.
At 5 o'clock in the morning?
I'm talking about our divorces.
So you're still.
Well, no, her divorce is being finalized. So stuff, it affects the kids, us, everything. It's just like she's
And what was
looking
the
for
conclusion?
a man. No, we were just talking and just laughing about stuff and just.
Divorce is no bad.
It's not, but it's the way trying to find like the whole dating thing and some of the guys that she talks. It's just.
How many kids does she have?
2.
How old are they?
14 and 8. Or 9.
14 and 8?
Yeah.
She might want to not date.
Why? I'm dating. I got a 14 and a 5-year-old.
Did you mean not date, or you mean find someone?
Yeah, you might want to just like not date and settle in. Right? But I know women look at that like, why would I settle?
Well, no. She's looking for someone. She just has divorced.
She just recently got divorced.
Yeah.
And she's back on the market already.
I'm not even divorced yet.
No. Okay.
That
But it's been 4 years, so
it's been
like,
4 years and you're not divorced yet? You're still legally married.
Legally married.
you gotta get the paperwork done, man. And that's you know.
What the hell, man?
That's the worst thing. It's taking for everything first.
And you need the other part of the situation to.
Don't you just go down to family court and get in the line?
It costs way more money than it does to get married.
Yeah, and plus you the assets to split up. There's like, and then so the other half is delaying it because don't want to part with the half. You know what I'm saying? So you'd rather just drag it out.
This is why.
And it costs money to do it.
This is why it's just not a good idea. It's just not a good idea to do that.
It's marriage.
Getting married.
And
What does? Let me ask you this.
Marriage is worse
Let
than
me
one of
ask
them
you this.
Diddy
Let me ask you
contracts
this
back in the
because you're a
day.
woman. What does it benefit a man? Marriage. What does marriage benefit a man? Why? How would you convince a man that he should marry you if you had to sell it to him? You know, you get, and then there's how would you convince a man to get married?
Why would you get married?
No, sell it to me. Sell me marriage.
Why? What's benefit for me to marry
Well,
somebody?
If I have to sell it, then it's not for you.
No. And everything you have to sell it. Everything is for sale. What do you mean? You have to sell it.
Marriage, it's first of all, it's getting up in front of your family, your friends, God. It's making a vow, a commitment to them. Marriage is a contract. You do this.
Okay, a contract with who?
Each other.
No, it's not.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's actually a contract with the state. It's not a contract with each other.
It's a
You
contract.
make the vows to each other,
Right.
but you're not contracted to each other because that's why you just said it costs more to get divorced, right? Who are you? If I can just give you the money, that my divorce? No, I have to give the money to the state.
No, you give the money to the lawyers.
Right, and the lawyer goes and have a conversation with the state.
And that's only $500.
Right, but the lawyer has to go and to speak the legalese, to speak the language of the state. So marriage is a state product.
Right, but it's also splitting the assets. It's the whole going through
You leave
everything,
with what you
finding
came with.
everything.
You leave with what you came with.
No.
Why not?
Because you both put.
So who does it benefit?
Both people.
How? How am I benefiting if I'm losing half of my shit that you didn't create?
But who said I didn't create? Because all right,
So then you leave with what you came with. Leave with what belongs to you.
so there's it's a partnership when you marry. Or anything,
No, it's not.
a relationship.
No,
is
it's not. It's a
partnership.
corporate takeover. It's not a partnership. Your name don't go on me. My name goes on you. This ain't a partnership. This is a corporate takeover.
All right, so here's the.
What are we talking about?
Whenever I came in before, same applies. If she's a bajillionaire beforehand, she gets to keep all that. But from point A at a signature to whatever the ending signature is, if we created money together at that point, we could split that. Whatever I came in with, I was fucking 18, just in case. I keep track of the assets.
Right.
So I hope, you know.
Right, because it's not a marriage is a romanticized idea that you think that you're doing out of love when you're actually getting in a contract with the state, not the person that you're marrying, right? You're making vows to this person in front of witnesses of family and friends, and those vows. And do you know the vows of marriage? To have, to hold, to honor, and obey.
But they don't do obey no more.
Oh, so now the narrative have changed because women don't like to obey. So men are to accept responsibility without authority. No, thank you, ma'am. No, thank you, ma'am.
Marriage, it's not supposed to be easy to get out.
Yes. Why? For who? It's not easy to get out of for who?
Sounds like one of them fucking bad boy contracts.
Yes.
But it's a
That's the Diddy right there.
Work at it. In marriage, you're supposed to work at it. Now, if
so hold on. Let's look at it from the woman's standpoint, right? Since marriage is not easy to get out of, right? A woman is widowed, right? And she still has that man's name, right? It was his brother was supposed to step up in the old way doing things, right?
And wifer? Or just financially take care of it?
single brother.
The single brother that doesn't have a wife or children, that becomes his responsibility.
Right.
Right? When is
That's
the
kinda
husband
crazy too.
When is the husband the wife's responsibility? At what point?
I mean, you're talking about back then.
No, I'm talking about that.
But wait, if the now say she dies first, do I get her sister?
No.
So it still isn't even.
No, you do not.
No, because the men take care of the women. That's what
Okay,
it
so
was.
that is responsibility.
But I'm still gonna need to
Right.
eat, get
So
my
hold
laundry.
on. She just said it. Hold on. Listen.
I'm just fucking around.
The men take care of the woman. That is called responsibility.
Right.
Right? So why take out the obey?
And then
Why take out the obey? Why relieve the man of authority, but give him the responsibility?
Because some men take it way far.
Or you can take it as far as you want. She's yours.
No, she's not. It's a partnership.
If you don't belong to me, I don't protect you. I only protect things that belong to me.
But
You don't get I'm not going to risk my life and put myself out there for nothing that don't belong to me. If somebody was over there robbing that store, I'm not going to go over there, hey, you put that down. But if you come over here, you're getting carried out.
okay, but
Okay.
it's still not.
I mean,
It's not that
You don't-
easy.
you don't
It's not that
protect
cut and
something.
dry.
It is. You don't
did
protect
it
something that
change
don't
with the
belong to
new
you.
feminism movement, or when did
You
it
can-
It
change?
don't
I'm
belong
not
to you.
a
You don't
feminist.
protect it.
I'm not a feminist.
Well, now the ownership part, I don't agree at all.
What you mean?
Well,
I know she has to devote herself. I'm not going to forcefully take ownership. You have to give it to me. Just like your body. You have to give it to me. There is no fun unless you are a sick individual of being told no and still taking it.
Right. Well, yeah, right.
You have to give it to me. You have to give me ownership. If you're not going to give me ownership, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Yeah. Now I don't know. Me personally, I don't want like control or ownership.
It's not about control.
But-
Again, you can do what you want because that's going to tell me what you want to do. If you want to give me ownership, I will take it and I will do it with my life. If you don't want to give me ownership, fine. Crash out. Go that way. That you don't. I'm no forcefully is forcing you to give me ownership. Right? Let me choose that guy. You bring him to me, I will tell you what it is.
That's why you're supposed to ask permission.
Right? If you bring him to me, I will tell you he ain't it. Just like my son will show me a picture. I can look at the picture. Right? She's a bop.
You can't tell her.
Yeah, you can. Yes, you can.
Some people, they're not.
You know how many times my son called me like, damn, man.
What about that picture
Right.
you showed me the other day?
You know
Sometimes
when
you
you
can
see
tell
a
by
pop
a picture.
All right, I mean, come on.
Sometimes you can tell by a picture, like,
That-
oh,
It's not even
she's just a
sometimes.
jump off.
It's not even sometimes.
That's
Like
what you
majority
want.
of the time.
It's just a
All right.
jump
For
off.
example, right?
Fucking
When
dumb.
Brad, when you used to be out and you wherever you was at in the neighborhood or whatever, right? You got some women that'll walk by and the guys, hey yo, watch your mouth. That's Miss So and So. You know what I'm saying? Like, pull your pants up, straighten up. Miss So and So is walking by.
Fix your hat.
But then you got the chick across the street with the appearance, and you're like, hey, shorty with the,
Oh,
hey.
wait, that's something you write down.
Yeah. You segue right into the next thing. But,
we connect, bro. You know what I'm saying?
but
There's some women.
there's a difference. Like,
There's a
you know
difference.
the difference between a one night.
You know when you got to straighten up. When a woman is there, you have to straighten up,
you got to be presentable.
right? When a lady is around, you have to straighten up. But when it's a schmeezy, a bop, somebody that's for the streets,
Yeah. It's just a jump off. You're just trying to,
yeah. And we all just
Trying
know
to
them
get in
when they come around.
yeah, in and out like a crack house.
And you don't try to save those.
No, I ain't Captain Save a Hope.
Listen, I told y'all earlier, right? These modern women, if Jesus cracked open the sky today, came back and said, your ways are wrong, and you are on the path to hell, they would look at Jesus and say, you're a narcissist and you're controlling, and nail him right back to the cross.
Toxic masculinity.
You're being toxic.
Well, no, not everybody.
I said, these modern women that think that they can do what they want when they want to.
It's the feminists.
No, there's nothing wrong. Listen, all right, let me ask you this. Is this world a matriarchy or a patriarchy?
It's a patriarchy.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
I'm talking about the current.
I'm talking about this world that we live in right now.
Oh, it's
a
mess.
matriarchy.
It's a mess.
It's a matriarchy. It's not a patriarchy. There is no, first of all, name me an organization, right, that is all male. That is all male, right? And all of the head of the organization is male, is built by male. There is no females involved with it. It's a patriarchy. Is that a government organization?
No.
Okay, so
you never heard of that.
Yeah, I know the Knights of Columbus,
Oh, yeah.
right? In the Knights Templar and all that. Okay. These are what are they called? Societies. Not secret societies, but
Yeah.
Secret society.
Little
All we ask
societies.
is trust.
those societies within society. That is not something that has any power on the infrastructure of society.
The Freemasons are also, but I know that's another.
But then you have the women's one.
Woman Star.
Yeah, the Eastern Stars.
Yeah.
Right, they're part of the Masonic order. The Eastern Stars are part of, like, there is,
Yeah, they don't get the good stuff like that.
okay, so, but there's still not a matriarchy because there's women involved.
But they have their own.
No, it's
like
not.
it's like a system.
Right, if it's their own, then that's a patriarchy. That system that they have is a patriarchy. It's not it's a matriarchy, it's not a patriarchy. Right?
That's theirs, yeah.
That's theirs.
But they're
so-
not together. They're not.
They are a part of the Masonic order, though.
But they're not together. It's like a sister. It's like a sister.
Sounds
family.
like how most women describe marriage.
Yeah.
They're together, but they're not together.
So, in her line of hearing and sight, is that aggressive? Crossing the line.
It's crossing the line.
If you're like, hey,
Well, it depends on what she is.
right? If you won't buy
It depends. If it's a lady,
Hello.
a woman, a bop, or a girl. These are the 4 categories that the feminine can be placed in. Right? There's a girl, because I don't want to say whore. There's a bop, there's a lady, and there's a woman. Now, mind you, a woman is going to do what she wants. She's not fucking you because of what's in your bank account. Not fucking you because of what you got on. Not even fucking you what you said. With a woman, you can talk yourself out of this. Right? With a lady, you absolutely have to have. She's more about intelligence, right? It's not about your money. It's not about the rims on your car. It's not about your status. It's a lady, all right? With a whore, it's going to be about what can she gain.
Yes.
And with a girl, you just need a few shiny things. You flash a few shiny things and some green, and it don't even have to be yours.
Yeah.
With a girl, right? You can easily manipulate her to believe that you're something that you're not.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You can't do that with a woman of discernment. You can't do that with a lady of intelligence, right? And with a whore, she's already just talking business. It's transactional.
It's transactional. So you can figure it out anyway. So.
But with a girl, she's just looking to benefit somehow on a come up. So these are the 4 categories.
So when you were saying with your son, with the picture, she's a bop, you're saying that she's...
Not something I'm going to take serious. Not
Okay,
something,
I thought you meant she was ugly.
No.
And then, all right.
No,
So,
those bops are not ugly.
so you were right. Yeah, you can tell from the picture. Because
Yeah, no. She's just something that you might want to,
we've seen it recently.
have fun with, but she's not something that you want to lock in and try to build anything,
Exactly.
right? So, and
You don't take her home.
you don't take nobody home to mom. Nobody goes home to mom, right? Mom is not the indicator. She's not going to tell you. Mom is one of them. No.
My mom should be playing panties and shit.
So that was out of jealousy of time and attention.
Yeah.
It wasn't warning from the integrity of that woman. It was like own space. Like, this is my son.
Yeah.
This is mine. Like, when you come from the angle of mine, it's not a matter of discernment. Right? You're just trying to maintain dominance.
Maintain her position
Yes.
as the woman.
Yes.
So,
I'm his man.
can you have casual sex with people while still dating someone?
What?
Can you have casual sex with someone?
What the fuck is casual sex?
Like Tinder, say. Tinder swiping while you're dating if you're dating
What you mean? And actually get in the ritual and do the sexual ritual with them?
Yeah, if you're smashing other people, like if you're still out there sampling
No.
and casually dating.
No.
Can
You're taking on sexual energy from other people? No, absolutely not. What do you mean, why not?
I'm just, you said, I just, no, it's a definite, like, why not?
Because you're taking, right now, right? We're sharing consciousness, right? We're breathing the same air. I can smell y'all fragrances, y'all can smell mine, we can smell each other's breath and everything, right? We're inside of each other's circumference.
That and the pH balance changes.
So when
You can
you're
smell when somebody else been up in there.
Oh.
when you're actually plugging in,
You don't think so?
when you're plugging in with other people
I mean,
or getting plugged into, you're exchanging
I thought with a nursing
auras.
background you would know that.
You're
I just
exchanging
figured.
chemistry.
Yeah.
Even if that man butters your
The same
muffin,
person, too.
right? If another man butters your muffin and rub it in like lotion,
Yeah.
right?
Ooh, but that lotion on
You
your butt.
absorbing his DNA.
Lotion on your butt.
So now, this is going to affect your decision making and your choices, and
On a mental
also,
level, you know?
yeah, and also with him, by being inside of her, his decision making and discernment changes. And now you're gonna go home, and your woman might say or do something, and you're not even thinking in your own process. You got somebody else's process going on inside of your head. By exchanging that energy, that's enough. That's why.
Do you have an opinion on it?
Sometimes sex is just sex.
No, it's not. It's never just sex. That's impossible. You can create a whole life with sex. How can it be just sex?
Yeah.
When it's a process to create life.
I think people catch feelings eventually. Like somebody might catch feelings or emotions can get involved.
So
I don't
you
think
say
sex
catch
is just,
feelings,
for
right?
me.
In order to catch it, somebody got to be throwing it. So somebody else's thoughts, right? Somebody else is coming in this with a idea, right? When you have sex, you don't know what's going on in that person's mind, but they're transferring that idea from them to you. That's what you mean by catching feelings.
Yeah, I think emotions are involved with sex. Like even if you just try not to, me personally, I think they are.
And you know, they say men have sex without emotion. And then they're like, oh, what if you use a rubber? You know, rubber is a insulation through electricity, and we're electrical beings. That's why they use a defibrillator to restart your heart when it stops. Right? We're electrical beings. Our synapses in our mind are electrical. They fire off to create these thoughts, and they're being transferred from a scientific standpoint. So when you are in that proximity and you are putting your body or letting somebody put their body inside of your body, inside of somebody else's, you are transferring that electrical current. So now already, even sitting here, every thought that you get is not yours.
Right, but it's even, you can have all that we're going.
No, that will be going.
Right, but it's still only temporary.
What's only temporary? Not for you.
All that stuff. And
Not for you.
What do you mean?
If you have a male child for a man, his DNA stays in your body. It's a part of you now.
Yes, yes.
So that's not temporary.
We're talking about sex.
Sex is not temporary. If he's busting you and you don't even have a baby, his DNA stays with you.
No, it doesn't. No.
Are you just saying no because you don't want to accept
No,
reality?
it doesn't. It doesn't.
Tell me how. Tell me what happens.
It goes away. There's no.
So you're telling me, right? Energy can't be created or destroyed. Where is it going?
It can. It goes down
No,
the drain.
energy cannot be created or destroyed. And y'all are creating friction and energy during sex. Where does it go? You said it goes away. Energy can't be created or destroyed.
DNA.
Even the DNA.
It's not. It doesn't stay in you.
It does.
It does not.
If you absorb his DNA inside the membrane of your vagina, where is it going? If he busting you, you don't have a baby, right? You can be busted and not have a baby.
It's not going to get absorbed. It's not.
Can you look this up?
Absorb DNA?
Look it up. What happens?
But then the next question will be like, if you swallow it, where does it go?
Well, your stomach is lined with acid.
Yeah.
Your stomach is lined with acid, right?
Yeah. So does it cook it?
Hold on, what is it called? There's actually a scientific name for what it's called.
Fellatio.
No. Absorbed DNA refers to human chimerism. That's what it's called. A rare condition when an individual possesses two distinct sets of DNA.
They absorb their fraternal twin.
Right. Absorb their fraternal twin in the womb.
Yeah, that's not through sex.
Yes, it is. How do twins get put inside of a woman?
But does DNA stay with you after sex? Does the male's DNA stay with the woman?
I wish I had my ChatGPT. Rex.
Rex to the Rex.
Does not support the claim that women permanently store absorbed male DNA.
Keep reading. Don't stop. While studies show that male DNA microchurners can be found in some women, often from pregnancy, blood transfusion, or vanished twins.
Right.
So it does. The idea that sex causes
pregnancy.
long-term retention of partner's DNA is considered false and unsustainable.
Right.
Key facts regarding DNA and sex. No permanent storage. There is no evidence that DNA. So microchurnism is not a factor in sex.
No, that's when you're
Okay, say 5 to 7 days in the female reproductive tract. after unprotected sex.
Yeah, that's why the pH balance
Microterrorism
changes.
studies, research on female brain autopsies found male DNA in some women, but researchers concluded it's most likely originated from pregnancy. All right, so you have to be pregnant in order for that to happen.
Yeah.
Where the DNA stays. You do have to get the goddamn.
It's okay. We're learning.
Oh, you thought you left all your DNA inside a bunch of
I had baby children.
that's different.
I had, well, not a bunch of people, only 3 of them. Well, no, even the ones that get aborted. Yeah. If you had an abortion, so microterrorism does occur.
Yeah.
But anyway, I can accept the accountability of me being wrong and having a false belief in regards to transferring DNA through sex.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm
problem.
still not. Yeah.
No problem. No problem. I can go on the record and say that. And accept that.
So, can you have casual sex?
No.
Not when you're dating someone, I don't think.
No, I don't think you should, period. Because even if it's not biological, there's still a energetic exchange. It might not be through DNA, there's still an energy exchange. Even being around people, right? We're in proximity where we can change each other's energy without sex. Right? You can be in a room with somebody, you can feel when somebody else enters the room.
Right.
Right? So they
You don't
say
need
when
sex
three or
for
more
that to
people,
happen.
have a belief, they can bring it into reality. When they share a belief, they can bring their belief into reality. Right? We're sitting here doing the Who Got Lyrics podcast because we all have a belief in the same idea of Who Got Lyrics.
So, what about watching someone?
You want to do this?
Yeah, why not?
All right, so Nikki Glaser,
Mm-hmm.
the comedian, was on the Call Her Daddy podcast.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Call Her Daddy podcast. They do pretty well, too.
Call her daddy.
Yeah, Call Her Daddy.
Not like call her daddy. But she's daddy.
You know what? I don't know. Call Her Daddy. I don't know.
Are you calling her dad or calling her daddy?
Based on the way the podcast goes, I'm going to go with Call Me Daddy.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyway, so she talks about how she used to like to hear stories about her husband's sex adventures, and it would turn her on. And then eventually, he ran out of sexual stories to tell her. So she was like, I want to watch you fuck other women now, and then get turned on that way.
Is it a female cuck?
That's a female cuck.
That's what it is?
That's basically what it is. It's just a cuck reversed. But she liked to now she likes to watch her husband fuck other dudes.
I have one chick that likes to watch
Fuck other dudes.
my tapes.
Fuck other guys. Girls, I'm sorry.
Oh.
She used to like to watch my recordings. I would have like recordings on my phone. And she would go through my phone and like,
Of others.
yeah, she would like to watch me. But she never watched me
In person.
perform in person, except, with her.
You think she would be willing to at that time?
Yeah, we would, because the thing was, right, when I got with her, and she has a boyfriend, but my thing was this, like, you're not going to be my girl, but you can have sex with other men, but I can have sex with whoever I want. But if you want to have sex with me, you can't have sex with other men. Accept it or not. She accepted it.
Yeah. So,
But you're not my lady. We're not going to put the tag on it.
I couldn't do the whole like what Diddy did. I wouldn't want to watch.
No, I don't. I
What'd you
don't
say,
even
Bert?
watch porn.
But I wouldn't watch another girl watch.
Yeah.
That's one of his conversations too.
No, I don't. I don't. I did. I'm not going to sit here and say I never did. I did.
But no,
As
I
of
wouldn't
the
want to watch
last
her get banged out by another dude.
3 to 5
I
years.
just don't know if I can handle it personally. I just me.
What was
What? Sixers got their ass whooped.
Hey,
What the fuck
Sixers
happened
got
to
their ass
Sixers?
whooped game 1, Boston.
What the fuck? What the fuck they got to do with anything?
Are they out of the playoffs?
No, it's a 7-game series. But they lost game 1 apparently pretty bad. When I was checking it, they were down 20 already, and it was like the first quarter.
Okay.
So the playoffs are still going.
Yeah, which really just started. The play-in happened.
No, that's my homeboy. He's been MIA for months now. He decides to tell me that the Sixers got their ass whooped.
All right, so check this out. Are you bothered by your partner using toys?
No.
Like, would that bother you?
No.
Yeah, no, it doesn't bother me either. I'm like, yeah, fucking do it. Or, you know.
Would you like to watch them do it? Or?
Yeah, I would be, yeah. And I'll partake. Here, let me get that.
You'll hold it?
Give me that motherfucker. And I'll fucking.
Mary.
Little rough there, jRag.
You got, you know, like, look.
Really got into that one.
Look.
Two in the pink, one in the stink.
Yeah, like, hey,
Is that what you just did?
yeah, one here, one there.
Oh, I thought you were showing your finger.
No, you put the toy there, after there, you know. It's like, hey, look, you're getting now you're getting fantasy double teamed. Without bringing a dirty sausage in this motherfucker.
No, I don't really care. Like, I'm trying to
Some
think if
men
that's ever been a
very
thing.
young.
Like, I don't think I've ever used or had somebody use a dildo.
Yeah, that the rose, all that shit. That doesn't intimidate
I'm not
me.
going to lie to you. It has not happened.
I actually encourage it.
Use in my experience.
I'm sure you got very weird with the beard.
Declare dude.
No, I didn't get weird.
You said it was, I know, but you said
I was fucking around. I said, "Holy shit!" But I was like, "Let's use it."
Hold on, what happened?
It was like this fucking big, man. Where that?
Damn!
That was
Yeah, the Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It was the King Kong dong. I was like, Kong.
Yeah, Kong dong.
It looked like it fell off a fucking Vesuvius, the horse. Or what was that horse's name at the fucking farm?
Oh,
It wasn't Vesuvius. Diesel. It looked like it fell off a Diesel's fucking eye. I was like, good lord, but hey, let's intimidated by that shit. Some do, right?
It just never came up.
All right.
I probably would, because
Since
but
guys
I
don't.
wouldn't another guy.
No, yeah, I've thought about it and I was like, I just can't do it.
No.
I can't do it. I don't want to share.
It's not an emotional thing, right? It's not an emotional thing. Like, it's just,
It's not really sharing.
would you let me borrow your car?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
You just don't let anybody else. You don't want anybody
You
else.
won't want to borrow my car.
I'm talking about as men. We wouldn't even let somebody borrow your car. You know what I mean?
I know. You don't want me to on this car.
No. You definitely don't let your woman drive your car.
But yeah, so all right, now the reverse. Does the dude watching porn, since you're the only woman here, does it bother you if the man watches porn?
I'm not gonna hold you. A couple years ago, one of my shorties that was my shorty but became just a partner, she let me do that while we was getting it in, like on my phone. Yo, it heightened the whole situation.
The only time it's a problem is if
You're not having sex at
right.
all,
he's doing that on his own. That's it.
and then never
there's
wants
no
to have
sex.
sex.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's when there's a problem. Other than that,
You in
no.
La La Land. As a man, you in La La Land. If you got a woman in the physical form in front of you and you rather watch it on a device,
And jack yourself off. That's kind of
something
crazy.
dead. You need mental help at that point.
Even now, like watching porn, I'm like, I just put one of our films on.
Did
Not
you know?
really,
Did
no.
you know Trex did?
No, they didn't. Yeah, what's it called? Naughty by Nature.
He did a porn tape.
Stretch from Naughty by Nature.
Yeah. That sounds like a porn tape.
It does. That's
Naughty
why,
by Nature.
that's why I thought I was like, okay.
So I was working at Staples in South Philly years ago. Probably like early 2000s.
Dollar app or 20%.
21st Street. And the chick that worked there with me wanted me to help her make a demo porn tape. And I was trying to be a rapper. I'm like, I can't do that. And then Trick came out with a porn tape. I'm like, damn, I could have did it. But I was like, hell to the no.
Look, Adam 22.
No.
He's doing a podcast hosting and he's a porn star on the side.
Yeah, but he's not.
He's not a rapper.
Yeah, he's not hip hop.
But he's still a fucking media figure.
Yeah.
Where back in the day, that would have never
But
fly.
you couldn't be a porn star and a rapper. That would be crazy.
Yeah, no.
But then Tretch did it.
Why? Why? Why?
Because the whole fan aspect is to have women have a fantasy about you. So if the fantasy is fulfilled, the female no longer a fan.
Yeah.
For the fantasy with hip
The
hop
rapper.
or
In music for years,
In
it was like
Like
you would
rappers-
never tell people you were married in a
No.
relationship because you always wanted to keep it open for the
You want to keep
female
the
audience
fantasy open for the female
that
audience.
you were available.
Yeah.
well, then you see the porn and you're like, ooh,
That
looks
fulfills
like
the fantasy, though.
They've now seen you
No,
in all your
it's-
glory.
now they're like more interested.
Or
you
they've
know?
seen you put the work in and they're like, yeah, I gotta get that.
Well, I guess for me, it would depend. I got 4 movies. That's and they the Michaels.
Yeah.
So you,
Michael
you
Jackson.
the Michael Jordan, the Michael Jackson, the Mike Tyson, or the Michael Myers.
Break it down.
So with the Michael Jackson, you're gonna get the greatest show on earth.
Okay.
With the Michael Jordan, I'm gonna hit it and fade away.
I'm balling.
With the
Okay.
Mike Tyson,
Beat it up.
that's the first round knockout.
And then Michael Myers,
Oh, wait. What
Fuck
do you
it to the
mean?
nosebleed.
I'm killing the pussy.
Wait. So what do you mean first round knockout? That means like
Oh, you're going out with the first round. You're going to sleep.
she is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I fuck you back to sleep, girl.
Yeah.
Fuck you back.
The first round, the Mike Tyson, you're going to sleep in the first round.
Yeah.
That's not going to be a second round.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna do it.
Well, that's why there's the Michael Jackson. Like, you just got to shift gears.
They go out way too fast for any words. I don't.
It happens. Brad, has this ever happened to you? Maybe not with your woman. Have you ever had a woman apologize for coming to this?
I've had one come fast.
But did the role get reversed though? This was the weirdest shit I've ever experienced.
I've never
in my
had her
life.
say it.
I'm talking about like, oh, this never happened to me before. I'm so
Was she
sorry.
done after that?
Well, was, but she nutted and like,
And then she was done?
matter of fact, I don't even want to go into it because it's kind of embarrassing for me.
Yeah.
For her. I'm embarrassed for her.
Yeah.
Why?
It was one stroke.
She might have been really into it mentally before you even put it in.
And honestly, I think this was the only woman that ever loved me that I've been with. I think she, honest to God, not my baby moms, not the women that I think she was the only woman that ever actually loved me. Right? Because you got to think about this for a second.
No pun.
As men, right, experiencing love in a woman that genuinely wants you is very rare. It's rare. Like, women that tolerate us, women will, as long as, it's mostly transactional at this point, right? As long as that you can provide something, whether it be either information, stability, whatever it is. But for, like, your mother loved you. All right,
No.
pets, children, and babies are loved. Men are tolerated.
I agree.
No, that's facts. That's facts. Men are tolerated until either something better or they're done with their experience. That's what it is.
That's why they said women keep backup plans.
This is why men have to become the love.
That's why they have friends.
We don't look for love. We become it. We are the love.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just, that's how I see it. That's how my world operates. We are the love, we are the pleasure, we are the comfort. That is not something, right? Can water get wet?
It's already wet.
So you can't wet water. If you are the love, you don't have to look for it.
Yeah.
I don't look for love for women.
But don't you want your woman to love you?
My kids don't even have that. They're not. No, there is no one has an opportunity. If they love me, it's of their own recognizance.
Yeah. Okay. I know.
You can't make somebody.
Right. But
you want
I
somebody.
have an obligation to love my children or to love
I
my
don't
woman.
think that's an obligation.
It is.
It's just
It is.
natural.
It is. Women need that.
You
cannot have
I'm
a
saying
woman
about
without
your
it.
children. I'm saying it's that.
And for my children. Like they didn't have to. I'm not going to say they didn't have to be here because my daughters use that all the time. They chose to be here. And we all chose to be here. We made that choice. We chose these bodies. We chose our parents. And we chose to be here. Right? We wanted this human experience before we even came in and got into our physical form. Right? And this is why, I don't hold my parents accountable for their shortcomings. Because this is what I chose. You know how many people won't be born? End up staying on the sheet?
To have.
Get swallowed.
Yeah.
There's way more people that won't be born.
Yeah. Of course.
Right. So I chose this.
Think about all the kids that are in socks when you first start going.
Right. I done put a couple of babies on some eyelids.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an obligation. I think when it comes to your
So
children,
you love your children?
it's there. You can't control that.
You can. Some children get aborted.
But once they're here,
I
I would kill somebody if they fuck with my kids. So I don't know.
Bro, I will murder an entire police precinct. Big facts. I'll run into that motherfucker with an AR and let it rip on everybody. Yeah. And the repercussion does not matter.
So that's love. All right, so Ray, check this out. If someone don't eat the cookie right or the box properly, does it make them less attractive? Does it turn you off? Or do you talk and guide them? Same question for both parties.
Well, there's only...
Or if you're eating the box, yeah. So, but eat the cookie.
I can tell you this, I don't do that for everybody.
What?
I don't do that. Like, the 2 years that I've spent,
Yeah.
no.
No?
That's a negative.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love to, but everybody don't deserve it.
deserve it.
Yes. That is something that is deserved. You have to earn it.
See, me, I'm of the that should be part of foreplay. Just rush into sex. You just want to just stick it in there. You gotta,
I'm a weirdo.
you gotta soft bake the cookie.
I'm a whole weirdo.
Yeah. Plus, I want her to come 3, 4, 5 times before I even put it in there, because it just makes it.
It's everybody's not even deserving to get on top of me.
Well, no, I'm not gonna just say you go eat some strangers out.
No, I'm just saying
But with your girl,
even if you're together, that don't mean you get to get on top of me.
Yeah.
That's a very submissive position.
That's
For a guy, I'll put you up against the wall, lift your legs over my shoulders, all that. But to get on top of me and have me underneath you,
no cowboy, no cowgirl, no reverse cowgirl.
that is something that has to be deserved.
I think that's some of the best sex.
It may sound crazy.
I don't.
I think
don't
the
think
woman
that's going to be
it's easiest for the woman to get off on the top.
Yeah, but what if she don't get off and you bust?
I don't know.
Well, no.
No, I'm talking about what if she don't? You're about to bust and you're trying to get her off of you so that you don't bust in it and she don't. Then you stuck for the next 18 years.
Oh, all right. Well, okay. I get, man. I guess.
Yeah, so you can. Everybody can get on top of you.
Sometimes you just gotta close the bitch.
Kick you in your forehead. No, I'm joking.
Just
Toss her ass like a motherfucking linebacker or something.
But there are in high school, there were girls who did that.
You know, I get real things.
It's real in the field.
There was.
They stealing semen.
That was crazy to me.
Yeah.
They had their whole life ahead of them. And they're like, no, what you do is you just
no, but
hold breath tight and then don't let them get off.
Yeah, they took it. And then they get pregnant and then they go right to the welfare office and get a check.
But it was more for they wanted to track them. So they didn't go with other girls, but they always got that.
That sounds that logic right there, right? That is the problem. Why would you think a human life, you're going to create a human life that's going to be neglected because of your, that is insane.
Teens are stupid.
No. I'm not blaming this on being a teenager.
Well, no, this one.
Because even the men that be like, oh, I'm busting her so she stay mine. You're going to use a human.
You don't do that.
That is insane.
You ruin everything.
That is like the lowest form of intelligence on the planet. Something's wrong with you.
So
You need to go to jail.
would you tell them
So
if they're not doing it right? Would you tell them?
Yeah.
you know
Would
what?
Tell them what you want done if you don't like what they're doing.
I mean,
Like, if it doesn't do it for you, are you going to tell them, or are you just going to let it continue?
no, you do. You tell them, but like.
You have to
Like,
let them know.
usually
Listen, you
they
gotta
can
tell them,
tell.
girl, how to make your sandwich, because if you don't, she's gonna make you another nigga sandwich.
Usually they
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to tell them how to do what you. I had one of my first relationships, right? She had never kissed a pole before,
Oh, okay.
right? And I had to like convince her to perform fellatio. And one of the reasons that because we had took a break, and I had to convince you to do this, and then you gave it to somebody else willingly. Yeah.
Maybe she realized she liked it.
Yeah, I don't care. She may have, but after I trained you with mine, then you're going to do it to somebody else. And I made the sacrifice of training you.
Ooh.
And it was a sacrifice.
Oh, really?
When a woman don't know what she's doing and she's trying to
Couple teeth involved.
pleasure your meat, it's a sacrifice. You offer your soldier up to the altar.
Joe has to soldier up. No,
I said, what the
I don't know.
I'm
My
saying
soldier
it's
up.
bad. I don't know.
But it's not.
No, we all
No,
have,
no, I was
put
talking-
our soldier on the crap table.
But so you would tell them, instead of just
No, you got
becoming
to.
turned off, and like you tell them, right?
Well,
Like,
yeah, I mean,
like, yo, you're not. I don't think
otherwise he's gonna be getting forever's tongue. It's just it's gonna be a nightmare.
you're all fucking locked.
There's a way of like turning their head without.
So you actually gotta put, have it like a remote control, like an Xbox or something. Like,
You just have
Like,
bring
that's-
this hip.
you get the fuck over here. Grab it by the ears.
Just the top.
Yeah.
Just the top.
You gotta fix it like a TV antenna.
Yeah.
There's ways to do it without embarrassed, because guys do get. They have egos.
Yeah, who?
They have egos, and if they feel like they're being criticized, a lot of them are just.
Yeah.
It just messes. So you don't have to say anything to fix it.
Ladies, this is what I'm gonna tell you.
Fix it.
If that guy is trying to please you and he's doing a horrible job, go to Super Fresh, get him some peaches, and let him practice. That's it.
There you go.
That's all.
Also important. You gotta know what you're looking for.
Right. Just like that.
Find the
button,
beam,
that button
fellas.
on the switch.
Find the beam
You gotta hit that button.
and the walls, and find the right walls.
That's it. And they're not all the same.
No.
Right? That if you go behind the clitorius and to look for that button for the waterworks, right? It's not always in the same place.
No. And they move around a little bit. It might fuck around and it shoots over there, and then it shoots over there.
Might get something in your eye. You careful.
I'm just fucking around.
And I'm playing the way talk.
Eyes open or eyes closed?
Never eat the pussy from the back with your eyes closed.
No. Thumb in, thumb out.
You never want to do that. Right? That's a shitty idea.
But when you're fucking, eyes open, eyes closed.
Wow.
Eyes open.
I think that women are different, right?
No, yeah, we just need to be in our
Like, because we're trying to visualize and look at the shit. I'm trying to see.
No, we have to see everything.
I'm trying to see.
Not only eyes open, lights on.
No, some of us don't want to see.
That's crazy work. You might as well get the paper
Crazy
bag
guys,
out.
we don't want to see. No, you gotta be in your head. It's different for you gotta concentrate.
No, you look at me. Look at me.
No, we're different. You gotta concentrate.
Now, sometimes, like, I'm like, yo, I want you to look at me.
Yeah.
Because I want to watch you fucking come.
And even when you choking on it, look up.
Alright, so
I want to see the tears in your eyes.
have you ever thought about someone else while having sex?
Damn, why would you ask that?
Because it happens.
No, this one time.
You ever think about somebody else?
I'm on
It could be in a bad way too.
I'm on the recliner in my apartment. I'm going to town. And there was a picture of somebody else that was on the floor. But because it was like out of a bag.
Oh my god.
And it wasn't intentional. But there was like still some resentment and anger from what had transpired with them. And the picture was right there. And I kind of took it out of the person I was with.
All right. So check this out. So the guys are different. We're visual.
Yeah.
Right. So, no, never thought about like because the person's in front of me.
Yeah,
now, as a younger, like when I was a kid, and I was first starting to have because now I can control. I just come when I want to, for the most part. Like sometimes it's there. I just have a real slip up, but I can basically last as long as I need to. But
Okay.
nothing so far. The beaties ain't getting me yet, baby.
The beaties.
It's diabetes. Anyway, but when I would think of like Freddy Krueger attacking me and shit to stop myself from coming. So that counts. I was thinking of someone else technically, but so I'd be feeling
that's
like
a little crazy.
and I'm like,
you were thinking of Freddy Krueger?
I'm like thinking of Freddy Krueger popping out of a fucking
I'm not
closet
gonna
or something
lie.
like.
I've done that,
and
I'm
I've
not
stopped
gonna lie.
myself from coming. But that was when I was young, like But yeah,
But do you know that you're not supposed to?
what?
You're not supposed to. Every time.
Well, I've heard the semen retention thing. Like I've read articles on that and saw it. But
that happens sometimes when you mention.
Yeah, but you're literally draining yourself.
That's why they tell fighters not to nut before.
Exactly, and I did this.
But a lot of people have said that is a myth. But
no, it's not. I'm gonna tell you why. I know, right? Because I did it for 6 months. I had a performance, right? And it was a show, and I wanted to. And I've heard about boxers and they don't have sex for 6 months. I'm not gonna do that, but I'm just not gonna bust, right? So, bro, when I got on stage at this show, my aura was so big before I opened my mouth, everybody was in front of the stage.
Wait, so you have sex,
and then don't nut.
but stop,
Don't your balls hurt afterwards? You get that tight fuck. Don't that hurt?
No.
or you just don't do it at all.
No, you have sex, right?
Just don't finish.
But don't go to the end. Or control yourself, right? And don't finish. She
How
can
does
finish.
it work?
But don't
No,
the
not
girl
so.
get
See,
upset.
that's what she was thinking about. You got to remember, women are selfish. So you finish her
Yeah,
off.
when it comes to that.
Finish her, right? You finish her off, but you don't
Get
finish.
over here.
Right. And you just make sure she's done, but you don't. And some women,
But then some get offended.
Yeah, they
because
get
it's like,
mad.
what's wrong?
Right.
What did I do?
Right.
But
They
so I
think
don't
it's
know, that's
something
a good
about them.
idea. Yeah.
Yes, I've had that happen. That is crazy.
Well, yes, yeah, it does.
It's like in the middle of sex sometimes if you get soft and like it's like
Wait,
nothing to do with
So
you.
somebody said something.
days in a
Hold
row,
on.
it does
Let me
happen.
read this off of my my Facebook. I'm going to watch it again when I get there. This lady had commented something on my Facebook about men going soft. That's a connection moment, and men should not be shamed. I gotta read what she said.
Oh, I beat the shit out of him.
You said you're a shamer?
I beat him.
Oh wow.
I beat him like that.
Hey, oh, wow.
But you think I do?
No, I thought you beat the monkey till he gets back up.
No, I beat you up.
She gonna be physical.
No, we just get this clear guy out.
Somebody better call
was-
Tyrone.
Where was it? I had made this one post. I said there's a lot of fake femininity on baby metals that are crash testers. For real.
And that's where she commented?
No.
No, he wrote that.
But have you experienced fake femininity?
It's,
What is fake femininity?
yes.
Where every photo they show in teeth as if their life is absolutely amazing, right?
All right.
And then you meet them, and they shit is in shambles. I mean, everything is fucked up. The world, the sky is falling on their world.
Well, social media is
It's fake femininity.
it's fake. It's the life you want, not what you have.
Wait. While you're doing that, what's your answer about thinking about somebody else? You didn't escape that one.
Who?
The female's perspective.
At least
No, I don't.
We gave a man's
I
perspective.
don't.
Never. Not now. I'm
I'm
saying
never
have
going
you
to tell the truth about that, bro.
ever?
How? That's weird.
You
That's
never
weird.
closed your eyes and thought about fucking
No. No, it's weird. Stop. It's weird.
with anybody you've ever been with. I'm not saying me.
All right,
You can
there's
say if it was me
times.
too,
All right,
but-
there's times I said somebody else's name, but that was just out of habit.
That's crazy.
I was younger and yeah. But that was just out of habit because like, okay, shit. But that was different.
Yeah, I can see how that.
Shit, I can't even find the post that I made that happened. But normally. Oh shit! Did we go 2 hours?
Probably.
Yeah, we had 158.
We can close it off. You want to?
We had 158.
Real quick question.
This shit got real though.
It did. We'll close it off with this. You ready?
Go.
Would you ever exchange your phone with your partner for 24 hours?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Good question.
Yeah.
You know, you'd be surprised though how many people are like, when you ask, they have every crazy excuse not to, but it's like,
5 years ago, absolutely not.
yeah, well, maybe.
As of the last 3 years, take it.
Like I give her my pet. She knows my password. She can get into my.
I don't even have no lock on my phone.
But I'm saying you could like she could go anytime.
Like
I leave my
there's
phone
literally
every
no lock
fucking
on my
morning.
phone. My mom can take my phone at any
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Nah, there's
But I
nothing in there
can't
that.
control what people send me
No, you
on
can't.
like social media.
You can.
No, because I don't go on it. But like I don't know, like nobody sends me anything. You know,
No.
I have
If people send shit, it's
crazy people.
nothing
send
matters
shit.
unless you respond.
No,
Right?
I don't. I don't even.
I'm not saying
go
you
on
do.
it.
I'm saying, but the people, the shit people send you can't.
I got a message
Unless
on
somewhere
social
in there there's
media,
responses, then it's different. But that's
from
you can't control.
somebody
People send
that I
shit all the
was
time.
knocking off in my teenage years. Like I had turned 50. It's like I experienced that 50, and I'm like, no, I'm in a relationship.
Yeah. See, not me. I won't even answer.
Well, they're
I'm not gonna
actually.
respond.
I'm going to respond because.
Not me. Because then I feel like I'm engaging them, and it's just not.
See,
No.
I don't care about that. You.
But here's the
I
thing.
don't-
Here's the
I'm
thing,
okay with that.
right? And I said I would never do this again.
Okay, with what?
Nobody's going to enter my life and make me stop interacting with people that I have interacted with, whether I had sex with them or not, that I've interacted with before I've known them.
Right.
Nobody's going to enter my life and start swinging a wrecking ball. I'm going to speak to and communicate with the same people that I've been speaking to and communicating with before I knew you until they show me something that, or they disrespect my relationship.
Yeah.
Like she disrespected my relationship, like because she was like, "Oh, why not? It didn't matter before." Well, it matters now.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
And then, or if somebody new and then you engage, but like
No, I'm not going to make. Well, I've made new friends, but not in that capacity, right? So it's been through business adventures and situations like that. I'm not going to put my life on pause because you just came into my world. This is my world. I'm the main character, right? When I'm in your world, I'll be the sidekick. But when you're in my world, play your role.
See, I'm okay with a lot, but he's not.
It depends on whose world you're in.
But it's. He is like, oh no, I won't. Like, but you can.
yeah, but I just choose not to for me.
Right, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But and that makes sense. If you want you to, I don't. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't. I don't know.
No, if it's his choice
Right.
on his terms, it's absolutely fine, right? That's not something that you're enforcing.
Yeah, no, I just feel like
No.
if you don't put yourself in that situation,
Then
nothing can happen. Nothing can happen. So like if somebody says, I don't like, no, thank you, I don't need your number.
But like,
I don't have
I
any
don't
reason
want
to
to
talk
be
to
the
you.
reason he don't talk to people.
But you're not.
You're not.
Right.
I'm doing it because I don't
But
want
like
to.
he's like he'll say like I don't want you to do it, so I'm not gonna do it.
Hold on.
No.
No. That's not how it works.
Yeah, I
The
don't.
relationship I'm in, right, or whatever, she's not the reason that I don't sleep with other women.
Well, that's it. Should be right.
She's not the reason.
It's you.
That if I wanted to, I'm going to.
Right.
If you don't like it, move around.
That's exactly my point. So like, so
Move around.
you
Because
establish what you do and don't
Yeah.
like. If you choose to do it, then just know I'm allowed to also then react to it.
right, you can respond
However you-
to
you know.
my actions.
And if you choose,
however
you know that
you
it bothers
choose to.
me.
And I'm going to respond
exactly.
to your actions however I choose to. I am an individual. We are that idea that they romanticized about becoming one. They kick rocks with that. You will never be me. I will never be you. I will never experience life from your perspective. You will never experience life from my perspective. Now, when it comes to me making decisions that can be life-altering for the both of us while we're on this journey, we will discuss that together and come up with a decision and come up with the conclusion. But outside of that, since the responsibility falls on me of every decision that we make, I am the last authority.
Amen. And welcome to Who Got
And
Lyrics.
welcome to Who Got Lyrics.
Roller Coaster Love, episode 18.
Yeah,
We'll see you next week.
peace.
Peace.
Until next time, y'all be safe, take care of the ones you love, and hopefully they'll take care of you.
Yes, right.